Good morning. Like, share, subscribe. So I've been messing about a lot. I'm a messer. What can I say? I mess about. Mess about, waste time, don't get anything achieved. Sometimes I have a little burst of energy and I get something done. And while I'm doing something, I find that I have to compare what I'm selling with what's available in the marketplace, and I always see that I'm the most expensive. And I look at the profit margins that I'm aiming to make, and it's modest. It's not greedy at all. So I work out the numbers that I'm paying and what the other competitors are basically selling at, and they're often at cost price. And then I look to see how many they've sold, and they've sold hundreds, if not thousands, of the same item. And of course they're going for the multiple purchases, you know. They incentivize the customers to buy. And I think, I feel like a busy fool. They must be busy fools, even more so. If I feel like that, how much more so should they feel? And in this particular case, the product that's brought my attention is these. Oh, I've just put them away. I'll get one out. Hold on. This is an example of one, right? It says 10 threads in a pack. My supplier's got 4 different shades, different alternative packs. You know, combo packs they're called. You know, I'm looking to make a quid if I sell one. Well, there's one particular seller. I think I saw them maybe about 8-9 years ago, but they've just come up on my feed as the search. So I had to have a look and see what they're selling them at. And I think, how they're selling us at that price. So I did the numbers. And it makes me think, or not think, I realise that I am including in my costs a promotion price, and I'm aiming for a flat 7%, which I give to eBay. And of course that basically reduces my profit, or it increases my cost. And they're clearly not promoting. They're basically going for a rock bottom price, and they're not paying for the promotion. So they're just relying on organic sales. So I thought, okay, let's have a look and see what kind of monthly sales they're doing. So, you know, you go into their feedback and it shows you what their monthly feedback is. And I'm lucky if I'm getting 300-400 feedback a month. Maybe it's at peak 800. They're 5,000 monthly feedbacks in a month. I mean, I couldn't handle that kind of volume on my own. So I went in to have a look at their negatives, and you could see that very low negatives. Very few. For 5,000 monthly feedback score, they've got like 2 negatives. I've got 2 negatives with 300. So what is it what are they doing right and I'm doing wrong? And I think it's because they're not promoting, they're going for organic sales, they're doing low margins, and they're hoping for multiple purchases. And I'm convinced of this because I've got another competitor who doesn't promote, and he goes in at rock bottom prices, and he doesn't get any negatives either. So then I think the negatives are given. Ultimately, they're not happy with the service, the delivery, or the product. But they can't be unhappy with the price because they're the cheapest, these people are. So it seems to me that if you go for the lowest possible profit margin, exclude the promotions, go for organic sales, you're going to get positive scores anyway. Why? Because the customers are happy with the price. It's cheap. And when you're selling a mass market commodity like I do, Haberdashery, the only real thing that people have got to compare the product and the service is the price. So the lowest price wins. So I did the numbers and I worked it out. If I was to strip out the promotion that I give to eBay, and I would have a modest profit of about 10% and still be cheaper. Or not cheaper, but comparable with what they're selling at. So, I've got a few listings where I'm a bit cheeky. I'll buy right. I'm buying direct from the distributor. I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones to get that. And I've been a bit cheeky and created, duplicate listings with different headings, different titles, and different pictures, but essentially the same product. I go in at the same price, and all of them have the promotion, And I notice that the vast majority, maybe 80% of my sales, are promoted sales. I do remember a while ago creating a listing, I can't remember which one it was, where I stripped out the promotional price and went for a lower price on the product to try and see if I can get organic sales on it. I'm thinking what I need to do is do an experiment where the next 100 listings that I create or review, to strip out the promotion, go for the rock bottom price, small margin, aim for multiple sales, and see if I can generate more organic sales as a consequence. Because you've got this search facility on eBay where you can basically sort by the lowest price first, and these come to the top of the list. So I need to go for that really, and see if I can get some organic sales and do some analysis on it. On another matter, I don't know if you've seen it, but in recent times, I've started to get a banner come up from eBay basically offering me the chance to have a one-to-one professional coaching session, which is I was asking for years ago, especially after they cancelled all my listings. When I kind of got going again, I was pleading eBay for that, to come talk to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, man. You know what I mean? It's so difficult to work out the marketplace. They've complicated it over the years. It used to be so simple and straightforward. So anyway, I saw this banner, and I booked an appointment. You get 3 a year if you're invited to. I don't know if everybody's getting the chance, but clearly they gave me the chance, and I thought, I'm going to jump on this. And last Friday, I booked the appointments. They pressed me into doing it that afternoon. So I thought, listen, I tried to book for another slot. There wasn't any available. So I took that one in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. Got a phone call from a fella called O'Donovan from Dublin. I think it was a Cork fella from Dublin. He was working in the call centre there. And he's got 45 minutes. He wasn't short or sharp. He was efficient. This guy was clearly doing this for a job, right? And he had a process to take me through. But you get to basically select one of several options that you want to talk about, and I wanted to talk about the GSP, the Global Selling Program. But it was a very simple response. He basically took me through it. He said, "This is what you do, da 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 da," and then I kind of remembered why I wasn't in the GSP. And my problem is that I use a third-party service called Inkfrog to actually create my listings, and in it you use a flag to record your 20% VAT, and when I save it, it updates the listings on eBay. But not all my listings have this flag in it, because when I started using it, I didn't put it in all of them, but there's no way of identifying it, of those listings. But there is on eBay. And on eBay, you can basically select all, add the 20%, job done. But when you go back to Inkfrog and start working, those listings on the Inkfrog that don't have the 20% on there, it updates eBay again, so you're back to square one. And the problem is, if I put all those listings into the GSP, then it would be selling without the 20%. So I came out of it because it was a problem. Now it's a problem that he can't solve. It's only something I can do. But while I was talking to him, I realised that my solution, or my opportunity, is to basically put in those listings that have a postage profile where I know I've put the 20% in. So I'm going to push those profiles into the GSP. The profiles that I know don't have or may not have the 20%, I'm going to basically I just had another idea that I could work through then. There's about 600 or 700 listings. It would take ages to go in and out just to put 20% in. I wish there was an option where I could just do it in like a click and a drag and done. But anyway, so that phone call, like that part of the phone call sort of was over and done within 5 minutes. It left me 40 minutes. So he took me through my listings and it's same old tips and advice, right? Which is to basically cancel, sell similar and give them a refresh, change your numbers, da. However, he started talking about a report, which he said he'd send it to me. He did send it to me, I got it, but I'm familiar with this report because I'd had a similar conversation with a girl called Adele from eBay about 4 years ago. And she gave me this report, and it's called the Quality Listing Report. They did make it available for a short period, and they stopped it. I had this report, and it was showing me all sorts of information. I mean, really useful information. It's a brilliant report. If you can get it, get hold of it, right? But I got this report, and he started talking about it. I said, I know I've had this report before. It's brilliant, and after a while of working through this report last time, kind of helps you focus, you see, on the listings that you need to work on. I needed to get a refresh. I rang them up and asked for another one. I said, no, you can't have it. It's restricted access. So I told him about this report this time round. I said, that's what's happened to me last time. He said, no, it's available to you. I'll show you how to do it. And he said, because he was in my account at the other side, and he was going, click this, go around to this, and then it's there. And he said, oh, it's not there. And I said, why is that then? And he said, I don't know. And I said, is it restricted access? He said, thinking about it, it is. I said, well, if I want to get an updated copy, can I, send you an email or ring you up and ask for you to send it to me? He said, no. He said, if you ring them and speak to customer services and ask for it, but they won't be able to send it to you because they have restricted access. I said, okay. He said, but what you can do is make a request from them, and if it gets through to us, we'll send you one. He said, but anyway, you still got 2 more calls for between now and the end of the year. He said, when you want an updated version, just ring us up, book another one, and we'll give you another one. I thought, okay, great. So I went through this report again on my own afterwards, just did one line, and I thought, yeah, brilliant, because it shows you what your competitors are selling at, what the keywords are, all that kind of thing. How many sales you've had, if it was late dispatch, all that kind of, it shows you loads of things. So it's a great report to focus on. So I'm really encouraged by that. Thank you, eBay. If you watch this, Mamash, really, I'm really happy about it. I just don't understand why you don't make it available to everybody. It's like sometimes you're tiptoeing around in the marketplace blind. You know what I mean? Like 3 blind mice. You're walking in, you don't know what's going on. And we need transparency and quality information in order to navigate the complexities of the technology and the actual market, the dynamic of the marketplace. Clearly there are some people out there that have got these teams behind them, they're big businesses, like this one I was looking at today. They've got a fantastic shop, they've got a fantastic eBay shop, their prices are cheap, their sales volumes are really high, and they've got half a dozen people behind it. Of course their expenses must be high. Maybe they're not making a profit overall, and I am. So who's the fool? I don't know. I spoke to my supplier once. I got on the phone to him and I complained, how is it that they can sell this at this price and I'm like £1, £2 more? And his response was to me, he said, well, anybody can sell at nothing, Marth. He said, it's just vanity selling. He said, the ones that sell and make a profit, he says, they're the real business people. I suppose he's right. But we're in a competitive marketplace and we have to be able to compete. Because I thought they were buying at better prices. That was my accusation. That's why I rang him up and I said, come on, you're giving them better prices than me. He said, I assure you we're not. And this guy's got integrity, he's an honest player. I know that. I can just tell. It's not just that, the policy that he's got, he won't sell to the public and that kind of thing, you know what I mean? He's strictly trade only. So, if you ever get to watch this, Neil, thank you. little discounts, extra discount wouldn't go amiss, mate. Anyway, on another matter, so I said I'm messing about. I'm messing about all the time, and a lot of it's got to do with my health, I think, my mindset. You know, I went through a period of about 3 months where I'd fish and chips every day. One day I'd have chips, the next day fish and chips. So make it different, give it some variety, you know what I mean? And I put on a lot of bloody weight, mate. A lot of weight. And I just turned 60 and I've been going to the doctors for the last 10 years. Every year they invite you to do the Wellman thing. And last year and the year before they were worried about my blood pressure. But now it's back down. So it's exactly where it is. Thank you. But they told me another problem. First time ever, he said, you've got bad cholesterol. 16%. We want you to go on statins. I said, oh no, I ain't going on statins. Then why not? And I said, well, because I'm just not disciplined enough to take them every day. And I know if you don't take them every day, it's a problem. I said, I'd rather work on getting my cholesterol down. He said, well, we need to tell you that you're at risk for a heart attack over the next 10 years. I thought, oh, you've got to verbs. So anyway, my attention's turned to improving my health. And while I'm thinking about improving my health, I'm still messing about, but this time on TikTok. I'm trying to wrap my head around TikTok. What a dynamic thing that is. You know, I'm just one of them lurkers in the background, just swiping up, watching the nonsense of the politics, getting your mental health all affected. But eventually I picked up some confidence. I said, right, I'm going live. So I went live to do something like this, but live, you know, I'd rather be live. So I went on there live, and it said you've got to go live for 3 consecutive days. And so I did. And, you know, I'm getting, they throw an audience at you. People, I feel like I'm in a zoo. And I'm with this, you know, and everyone's looking at you and throwing you a banana and that kind of thing. But the thing is, while I was going through TikTok, I kept seeing these adverts of people, what interests me is these real-time sellers, or sellers, they're affiliate marketing sellers. They're selling other people's products from a shop for a commission. And the products they sell tend to go in phases or trends. So the kind of things that have been trending recently is exercise equipment and like lighting for when you're doing, taking pictures and things, daylight bulbs and daylight lights, that kind of thing. So I kind of like got interested in that, but then I think the algorithm follows you and it starts showing you loads more. But the one thing that I was interested in was the exercise equipment, because I need to do something. Because I waste such a lot of time, I haven't got much time to do exercise. So I'm looking for time-saving opportunities, and really I've got this unit here, I've got floor space, and I could be doing something here at work in between things, which reminds me I've got these weights, every now and then I do some, but I've been pushing myself to do more. And I'm starting to feel the benefits in my arms. It feels great. The aches and pains have gone a bit in my arms, but I've still got them everywhere else, my lower back, my knees, my shoulder, you know. But I saw these exercise things. One of them is like a plate that goes on the floor. It's got all these holes in it with 2 handles, and you do press-ups. It's like a press-up plate. Well, I used to do press-ups in here. I used to do 20 press-ups every half hour until I'd done 100, and then I increased it to 25, so I was doing 125 press-ups a day. That was also good, but I started to get problems in my joints. And then I think that's when I started eating chips as well, fish and chips. And I stopped doing it, and then you feel the problems that go with it. But anyway, there was this press-up plate, and I saved that. I like that. I want one of them. And then because you did that, then the other products started to be presented to me, and one of them was an ab roller. You kneel down, you put your elbow on the floor, you kneel down on the floor, you put your elbows on this thing, and you roll out until you've created a plank. And then it's got these springs in the wheels, and it assists on the recoil. So I thought, that's good. So I like that as well. And then there's the old, what I call a Bullworker, an old traditional straightforward Bullworker. You used to be able to push it in like that or bend it, you know. This one, there's a modern version, it's that shape, and you can bend it. I mean, like that, I can do it. But when I've actually got it in my hand, I probably won't be able to move it 5 centimetres. But I thought, I've got to get this as well. So I started looking around and inside the TikTok shop, and I saw that if you placed an order, they'd give you 20% off and a £6 bonus thing. And I thought, hold on a minute, let's do the numbers and work it all out. I search through different shops and see what they were, because some of them are selling it at sort of like £3 with £25 postage, you know, that deal. Others are doing it like for £18 with free postage. Others sort of £15 with £4 postage, that kind of thing. So anyway, I found what I thought was a good combination, and I placed an order for all three of them. Two of them being shipped by TikTok, one by some independent. But overall, it only came to £33. So I thought, great, 33. So I've got them at the back in the box. And I thought, hold on, I'll make another video, do an unboxing, and then I'll make some videos of me using them. You know what I mean? And I've got a 2-inch thick foam workout. I don't know what you call them. A mat upstairs. I bought it several years ago because I was at that time trying what they call Insanity. Dig Deeper, you know that one. And that I was doing that in here, just exactly where I'm standing now. I've still got it here. This is it. It's collecting dust. This thing. You know that? You got all these CDs, these DVDs, and there's a program. I just can't do anything beyond DVD 1. The rest is far, far too advanced for me. It's great if you're younger, but at my age, even the DVD 1, man, bloody hell, the killer that is. It's 45 minutes of doing things like running on the spot, star jumps, all that kind of thing, and then going down doing squats. Oh, bloody hell. I was doing that about 6-7 years ago. Oh no, I had rapid weight loss. But it's almost like army style, you know what I mean? And there's other programs out there as well. I eventually gave up on that, and that was stupid. I should have carried on. But the planets are sort of aligning. They're moving in my favour, and all these things are coming together. I've got my dumbbells. I've got this new kit at the back. I've got a floor mat. I've got Insanity. I'm a member of the gym, but I can't go because it's not that I can't go. I can't bring myself to go because I just don't have the strength inside me to do it. But I'm thinking if I start doing bits and pieces here, I'll build up the actual initial bit of strength that you get from just tightening everything in. I'll see, or I'll notice the difference or the benefits of what I've been doing, and I'll want to go to the gym, and then I can carry on. So my brother's been going to the gym every day for the last 60 days, and he's lost loads of weight. He's looking good. And he sent me a message last night saying, you want to do 30, 20, 10? I said, what's that? He said 30 minutes on the cross trainer, 20 minutes on the cycle, and then 10 minutes walk on the steepest incline of the treadmill. He said, it's an hour workout. He said, you'll sweat like anything. He says, but you'll burn your calories and everything, and it's doable for you and your condition and your age. And I thought, right, okay. So I'm kind of getting there. I'm getting kind of excited, and I see the opportunity to make a few videos along the way, and maybe I've got like a transformation to go on, you know, because I don't know if you can see that. Should I show you? I'll show you. Look at me bloody belly. Look, I'm pregnant, you know. I mean, it was out here. I ain't being funny. I've lost some weight. It was out there. I'm carrying a burden, mate. A burden. And I've got to get it off. It's doing me head in. And the thing is, I've just turned 60. My grandfather passed away at 63. My mother at 66. And they said that I'm at risk of a heart attack within 10 years. So how much time have I got left? So I've got to make the most of it, man. I've got to basically do something. But my advice to you, if you're young, don't ever smoke weed. Don't smoke cigarettes. Always go to the gym. Keep on top of it. Drink lots and lots of water. Be healthy, be fit, be happy. That's my advice. Everything that happens to you in life happens because of what goes on in your head, in your brain, in your mind. So if you want to change what goes on in your life, you really ought to change what goes on in your head, right? You've got to change your thinking. You've got to think positive, and it will be so. Anyway, so I've got to apply that thinking to my business. But I'm tired all the time, and I think it's got a lot to do with the cholesterol in my blood, I think the oxygen isn't getting through to my brain, and that's making me feel sleepy. And of course, it's reducing my energy, and I haven't got it for my business. So I'm thinking if I get going again, then I should see some more energy and enthusiasm and desire to actually do some things with my business. On the other hand, I'm very happy with my sales. Recently, they've been good. Remember well, how long ago was it now? About 3 months ago? It was terrible. But I've noticed that. I've noticed that. I go through these phases with, highs and lows with sales. I think it's the eBay algorithm casino. I think that's what it does. When my sales start coming up, I see in the Facebook groups people coming in and saying, "Oh, my sales are terrible." And then when I'm going in and saying my sales are terrible, other people say mine's the best they've ever been. You know what I mean? So I think it's the algorithm that does it. What do you do about it? I think that they've designed this into the system to give you a time to recover from any busy period. So when it goes quiet, you've got to get busy yourself. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, whether you've been in eBay or on the marketplaces for 20 minutes or 20 years, we all can do better. We can do a lot better than what we're doing. We're capable of doing more than what we're doing. We just have to reach in, grab hold of our souls and drag it to where we want it to be, to success. And in return, our soul will grab hold of us and drag us there. It's your mindset, it's your unconscious mind. You've got to program yourself to think, I can do this and I can be better. My photographs can be better. My listings can be better. I can use the intelligence that I've been given to actually create intelligent titles. You can do it. I can do it. We can all do it. Anyway, from your local Mishuga, I'll love you and leave you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Love you all.